let's kick it off. We'll start with Mr. Katie first. And you have a minute to tell us who you are, what you stand for, and why you're running. So go.
Hi, I'm Patrick Katie. I taught in Santa Monica Malibu Unified Schools for 35 years. I started out at the alternative school, moved to Santa Monica High School in 1982, and felt that communication with the board and all of the employees and the parents and the students was something that could be made better. I think the fact that I have outstanding relationships with parents, with my colleagues, is a great start to creating a community of communication. Thank you.
Good evening all. Ralph Metcher. I am running for re-election to the school board. I was appointed in August of 2007 and ran in November of 2008 unopposed to complete that seat and asked for support of the community for another 4 years. I've lived in Santa Monica for 37 years. I'm an architect. I have had a business here consistently since 1992, and prior to that I was in and out of Santa Monica. I do a lot of work with nonprofit agencies, affordable housing, and the like. I've been involved in education for 30 years. I have co-managed partial tax and bond measure campaigns. I have worked in classrooms and environmental education programs. I believe in my time on the board that helped bring some stability. We've worked well with our current superintendent, and more transparency and more openness with special education and the budget process.
I'm a small business owner. I've run my business for the last 12 years, and I've been through the ups and downs of an economy. I have a CPA, an MBA, and a law degree. But most importantly, I've got 2 kids in our school district. My wife and I chose to live in Santa Monica because of one reason and one reason only. We had great public schools. But since 2008, we've seen the worst financial crisis in our history and in our school district. And so it was my turn to get involved and to give back to the community I love so much. Got involved in the PTA, got involved in the site governance, but I wanted to even do more. So I got involved in the Financial Oversight Committee district-wide to help our entire school district with the background that I have. I'm committed to this process. No matter what happens, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be here after election. Thank you.
This is my re-election for the second time around. I am a father of 3 children and have gone through the public school systems in Santa Monica. I've lived here over 15 years. My oldest is an ocean lifeguard. My other 2 children now are matriculated to the junior college. Brooke is starting the first year and Bryce is going into his last year. I am also a CPA. I've been in business for myself for about 25 years. I started out in Coopers and Lyman in New York. I grew up in New Jersey, got my BA at Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, and a master's in taxation from Golden Gate University. I got involved because I saw that there was a need for men to get involved in public education. Particularly, I know what it's done for me as an African-American male in a profession, an accounting profession that's primarily white male dominated. And I was hoping that I could bring some aspects to our school that would be a different perspective. So I'm looking forward to the re-election. Thank you.
Hi, I have 30 years of community, local government, and school experience in Santa Monica. I worked for almost 14 years as an attorney for the city, grappling with policy issues. As a parent, I've been deeply involved with our schools in funding campaigns and with academic, music, and athletic programs. My children attended Will Rogers, Lincoln, and Samo High, one is still there. And that makes me familiar with issues from the south side to the north side and at all levels of our schools. I co-chaired the Samo High Coalition, which convinced the city to commit $57 million to a joint city school district project. Last spring, I chaired the Measure A fundraising committee, and as co-chair of LEAD, I advocated for accountability in district decision-making. I have the ability to help our district expand local financial resources, enhance our partnerships, and to build coalitions that are critical to meeting the challenges we face.
And I stand for refocusing our school board on the classroom. I stand for generating our revenue through public-private partnerships, through a director of development, and through public-public partnerships. I also believe, and part of my platform as well, is to make sure that special education continues to receive the oversight that it barely got before, and we hope to get now. I have spent the last 20 years involved in education, the last 12 as a history and government teacher, 2 of those years in the Peace Corps. Before that, I was a special education assistant. I ran in 2008, losing only by 800 votes, and I would like to see some of that same support based on the values that I put forth here tonight, before, and again in the future. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jake Wachtel, and I'm actually up here. I didn't plan to run. The reason why I'm up here is very specific. I witnessed on the last day of my daughter's first grade school year, her entire class comforting a teacher who was being pink-slipped. And as someone who's worked in the classroom and also someone who's been an elected official overseas, overseeing foreign teachers in Japan, I have a comparative global perspective that my other candidates here don't have. And so I realized that I could lend something to the school board to help out. I think everyone up here is wonderful. I think we all should be committed to education regardless of what happens after this election. But the reason why I'm here is very specific. I have an ability to bring revenue-generating measures to the schools. I have a plan to actually make decisions based on classroom needs and to make sure that we don't have situations like we just faced this last summer. I hope to earn your support. Thank you.
Good evening. I want to thank the Santa Monica Daily Press for putting on this forum. My name is Oscar de la Torre, and while serving as student body president at Santa Monica High School in 1990, I decided to commit my life to public service. I completed a master's degree in public administration in 1998 and returned to work at Santa Monica High School to counsel students who are at risk. In 2002, I founded a youth center, the People, Youth, and Family Center, that has served hundreds of students in our community and has most recently led community organizing to achieve a citywide plan for violence prevention on the school board, and that's why I'm running for re-election. Thank you very much, and I ask for your vote.
First thing I'd recommend is